Hi, Future Adam here. So, past Adam recorded an intro to this video, but the footage is useless. It somehow got corrupted. So I just want to real quickly introduce what's going on here so things make more sense. So, myself, Tim Watson, and Subaru Josh, we all met up, we drove to Red River Gorge where we were going to meet some other YouTubers and do a backpacking trip. Now, before we did that, however, since we got down there kind of early, we went to a few other spots. We went to Jailhouse Rock, Stargap Arch, and Skyview Arch, all of which you will see in a moment. Afterwards, we went to go towards Hanson's Point to start the actual backpacking trip. We met up with Jeremiah Stringer, Outlan, backpacking with Jason, and then later in the night, Jason Helmandollar and Greg showed up. They didn't get down there till after midnight, so you won't even see any reference to them until day 2 on Saturday. But that's what's going on. So, without any further ado here, let's go back to past Adam and watch the actual trip. Alright, so we took the turn off onto the unofficial trail out to Jailhouse Rock. I've been here on video before. They haven't been to Jailhouse before. They turned around last time they tried to go. So, we're going to go check that out. And then I think the plan is we're going to work our way back towards like Stargap and everything. So right there's where we'll be a little bit later after Jailhouse. That's Stargap Arch.
Easy peasy.
What you guys don't see is the 20 minutes he has to spend grooming the mustache before we're allowed to film him.
He carries a comb with him.
It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. So that right there is where we're going. That's Jailhouse Rock. Which, as I said, been to on video before. Help you get your bearings here. That right there is Courthouse Rock. Right in there, you might be able to make it on the video, is Double Arch. And then back behind there is Oxia Ridge and Haystack Rock and all that. It's right in that area. And then immediately behind there would be Ravens Rock, but it's obscured by Oxia and Double Arch right now. Yeah, this is one of my favorite overlooks, so. One of the best times of year to come too, because you can see the roads and the river, so that's pretty cool. This is Stargap Ridge. Again, another place I've been on video. Surprise, surprise. We're going to go out here. We're going to see Stargap Arch. And then afterwards we may go off to another arch called Skyview. But yeah, this is a pretty easy little offshoot hike. And then, like I said, later on, we'll start the actual backpacking trip with the other guys. Let's quit talking about it and go see Stargap. It's a pretty impressive arch.
Easy peasy. Is it though?
And this is where he hurts the ankle again.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm not carrying you out. You're on your own.
I'm no snitch. I'm gonna lose my shoe.
So that rock right there, that's called Cruiseliner Rock. You can probably see why. Looks like a cruise liner. But this is a pretty cool overlook. It's a spot I've always wanted to set up my tent to get a very specific shot, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Maybe this summer, but we're gonna backtrack just a little bit because I blew right past the turn I wanted and head on to Skyview.
Skyview Arch.
So I think this is probably my first time on video to this arch. I've actually been to it several times now. But this is Skyview Arch. It's one of my personal favorites. It's formed, as you can see, from a rock shelter where the roof actually collapsed. You can see Tim is actually standing on the old roof of the rock shelter right there. And From my understanding, this arch was known in like the 80s or so, but then the people that found it couldn't remember where they found it, so it's only rediscovered somewhat recently. But yeah, this is one of my personal favorites. My only complaint about it is that the way the sun comes in, it's always a really hard arch to shoot. But in person, it's really nice to see.
I don't know if you can tell, but Josh is actually clambering up pretty steep.
All right, so we did about 8 miles there on that little stretch that we just did. Now we're starting the actual backpacking trip. We parked at Pincham Tight. We're gonna head on down Pincham Tight Trail to Hanson's Point, somewhere I've been many times before, and that's where we're gonna meet up with everyone else and camp tonight. And then we're gonna get up tomorrow, and I believe the plan will be to go to Cloud Splitter and Indian Staircase. So should be a pretty good little loop. Be a little over 9 miles, I guess, by the time we're done. So not a half bad day, but this should be a pretty easy trek out for the last little bit. All right, so before it gets too dark to show you, that's the setup. Trying out a different hammock. I'll show you that in the morning, because it's gonna be a little too dark under this tarp, I think. The way I got it pitched is a little bit janky, but it'll work for the night. It's not supposed to rain or anything, so I'm not too concerned about it. Outlan is set up over there. Back behind me there, Jason from Backpacking with Jason. He's out on Hanson's Point right now, I believe. And then we got the other guys set up out over here. Jason Helmandollar will also be joining us tonight, but he's not supposed to get here till later, so he's not here just yet. Probably gonna have dinner here pretty soon, but that's probably gonna be just about the last thing for tonight since it's getting dark. Good morning on day 2. Went ahead and hiked out here to Hanson's Point. Kind of didn't want to get out of the hammock where I was a little bit warmer this morning, so I ended up having to book it a little bit to get here. Yeah, sun's getting ready to pop up sort of behind me there. I got the camera set up. In terms of sunrises, it doesn't look like it's going to be all that epic really. You know, no fog in the valley, no clouds to really catch any color. So what I'm doing is I've set up a pretty simple shot here of Hanson's Point, the horizon there, and I'm shooting on an extremely small aperture. So I'm gonna try to get kind of a sun star as it comes up over the ridge there, just to try to give some sort of interest. Otherwise this is gonna be an extremely boring photograph and won't be worth throwing anything with, but we'll see what happens. Either way, I don't think it's gonna be, you know, an amazing, breathtaking shot, but we'll see what we get. It's just starting to peek up over the ridge there. Not quite high enough to get a sun star yet. We kind of needed to get a little more up over those trees for that to happen. You can also still see the moon quite plainly out here. I doubt any of the footage I took of it last night turned out, but we actually came out here last night and just turned out all of our lights and kind of laid on the point and looked at the moon. It was super bright last night, and some of the stars. It was just an extremely clear night. It was extremely enjoyable. It's a nice morning, a little cold, probably below freezing right now, but still absolutely beautiful morning. It should be a gorgeous day. It should be clear skies, warm temperatures later in the day. Should be nice, but I'm gonna have to quit talking here and get to photographing because the sun's starting to come up fast and I don't want to miss it. I'm up here just enjoying the sunrise with Jason and Jeremiah here out on the point.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It is. And off in the distance here, you can actually see where we're going to be headed today. Right there in the middle of the screen, that's Cloud Splitter. That's sort of our first target. And you can't really see Indian Staircase, but it's tucked back up over in there. So we'll actually kind of hike up and around below the base of Chimney Rock, across the river, and then up and around to Cloud Splitter. That's the general plan today. We'll see how it goes, and if all goes to plan, we'll be camped up kind of on top of Indian Staircase tonight, which should be another amazing view. Should be a beautiful day. So I look forward to it.
we can find a camping spot on top of Indian Staircase. It's pretty flat up there, though, isn't it? We should be able to find
I
something.
think we can.
Yeah.
Should be a very busy day today. We'll see. All right, so now that it's actually light out, I can show you a little bit closer look at the sheltery hammock. This one's kind of interesting in that it's got the underquilt built into it. It doesn't come off, but it's a symmetrically cut hammock. I got it set up with the cinch buckles, so it's super easy to set up. 20-degree underquilt, and then this is a 20-degree top quilt that I believe is a prototype model is what they said. Worked well last night. I mean, slept pretty good. Was right on the verge of being maybe a little bit too chilly right towards the end of the night, but it wasn't anything unbearable, so yeah, so far so good. We'll give it another test tonight and see how it does.
Fork. Me and Jason were hiking around. Stopping here for a minute just to kind of warm up a little bit.
Alright, so we hit the trail from Hanson's Point. We're on our way, working our way over towards Cloud Splitter and Indian Staircase. This spot's called Signature Rock. Pretty obvious as to why, unfortunately, but yeah, we're gonna continue on down towards the river, across the river, and then it's basically straight up to Cloud Splitter and Indian Staircase from there, so. Making some progress. Right up there is where we were this morning. That's Hanson's. Pinch 'em tight gaps there. So that means over to my right is where like Half Moon Rock and Chimney Rock are. We're kind of skirting around the base of those on the trail, approaching the suspension bridge. So actually making pretty good progress. Once we hit the suspension bridge though, probably slow up a little bit because that's where it gets to be kind of the hard part of the day with the uphill, but yeah, we're moving right along, so I'm pretty good.
For real? I've never seen that one. I've never seen anybody do it backwards.
Hi, Jeremiah. How you like the bridge?
I love it.
Shaky, isn't it? You know there's only a 300-pound weight limit.
What?
The water's deep enough, you'll be fine.
I know. She loves me, man. I hate crap like this. Right here. There you go. Last night.
How's the water situation?
Nice work.
We're just working our way up the climb for the base of Cloud Splitter. Got a few little rock scrambles, it's nothing too bad. But then once you get right up to the top, you'll have a little bit of a rope work.
Going back down to Come on, Jason. Yeah. Coming down accelerated rate. Lance, am I backlit?
Yeah. But you look great.
This is the silhouette.
Tim's doing it. Tim's going up.
Holler if you need help for the last little bit.
He's got a rope though, so it's not really.
All right, so we made it up Cloud Splitter. This might be the first time I've done it on video. Not the first time I've been here, but we're gonna go up here, see the actual view. View's already good from just here, but the real view's up here. All right, there's a view from the top.
Wow.
Get your bearings. That's Chimney Rock. Hanson's Point, which is where we started this morning, is right there. What you think?
Love it.
It's amazing. Yeah, I think it's the best view.
Nice one, dude.
So here we are in the split, a cloud splitter. Tim's kind of shimmying up through there. You crawl through there and you drop back down and you get into cloud splitter arch. See how it goes here.
He's basically a billy goat.
He is. I'm impressed. Alright, so I didn't get any footage of shimmying through because I can't hold the camera and do it, but made it through. And is this cloud splitter arch.
Is that GoPro?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's worth it.
Little
I feel semi-accomplished. We'll see
gap
if we get
at
to-
Now we've got the problem of needing to get back out, so this should be interesting. Tim's already attempting here. Actually looks to be doing a pretty good job there.
He's watched a lot of episodes of Man vs. Wild, man.
So there's the Indian staircase, people going up and down. Someone sitting on Frog's head there. Probably not the smartest thing to do.
Look at this guy sitting on it.
Pretty much everyone's either fully set up or in the process of setting up. Got sort of all the hammocks over here. There's my setup there. And then we got some tents over here. But yeah, it's a pretty nice spot. We're out here on the ridge, kind of right beside Indian Staircase. I think after we kind of settle in for a little bit, we might go hike out to Adina Arch and check it out. Maybe the council chamber and Frog's Head, that kind of thing. But other than that, the rest of the night should be pretty chill. Looks like we're going to have a very nice night. I've got the tarp up here, but I don't intend to actually use it. I'm going to go tarpless. I just put it up in case, you know, it gets super windy or something. So we're all just sort of chilling on top of Adina Arch now. I think Tim's got the right idea over there. But the view from here, the view is amazing.
Temperature is perfect. Man,
Yeah.
hard to beat this.
Yeah, this is about the perfect weather right now.
Yeah.
It is awesome. If I was going to complain, I'd complain that there aren't a few clouds for like sunset and sunrise. But I'll take it.
Man.
Took them 0.8 seconds to film.
All right, so here we are at the council chambers. We're going to use this water source to refill here. Not much of a flow, but I've never personally seen it not flowing, so I'd say it's probably a pretty reliable source. Certainly works for tonight anyway. All right, so I think Jason has the best tasting water. Look at that. Doesn't that look appetizing?
Chocolate milk?
Mine looks better. I don't know how well it comes across on video, but it's still pretty cloudy. All right, so we hiked out here above Indian Staircase. Right there's the Frog Head. Council chambers down over that way. You can actually see the actual trail down there. And as you can see, I'm setting up a tripod there. I'm gonna wait till the sun starts to go down over here and see if we can get a shot. There are a few thin, high altitude clouds, so maybe we'll get a little bit of color. I don't think it'll be anything fantastic, but no, we're here, so we'll see what we get. I'm filming Lance filming. I'm pretty sure I'm going to open up a wormhole.
Let me film you, filming Lance.
Oh boy.
Put back in there.
Picture of Indian Staircase. One last look.
What? So what?
All right, so we all got packed up. We're all back on the trail, hiking out. Super short hike. We're just hiking the Bison Way, and then we'll kind of be shuttled back to all our respective cars here. And I think we're going to go get breakfast at Miguel's, which sounds great. 'Cause I know I probably speak for everybody when I say that we are starving. So, short hike out. Going to pass by Indian Arch, and then we'll be done with this trip. So, almost there. All right, so right here is Indian Arch.
I'm in everybody's video now.
Look at me. I'm in your video now.
Very easy arch to get to right along the trail. It's a pretty impressive one, really.
It is.
Look at these guys taking their dear sweet time. This is why we can't go get breakfast.
Come on, guys, I'm hungry.
See the cars up here, which means that we have made it to the end of the trail. So I guess means that's the end of this trip. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Nada. It's for the Dana Lumber Company. They just kind of reversed it around a little bit. Light at the end of the tunnel. That is what you call an omelet. You earned it.